Hello, everyone. This is YostToastSpaceGhost, and today I got a special treat for anyone watching out there. It's been many years since I played this game. This game was very much a part of my childhood, a part of many people in the U.S.'s and United Kingdom's childhood, too. I'll give you one clue as to which game it is. And this is your clue right here. I don't know if you've been able to guess it, but if you haven't, we're playing some motherfucking Runescape today. I haven't played this shit since 5 years. Basically since high school. It's been a long ass while, man. Oh, I don't know. I got the urge to pull the trigger. Pull the trigger I did. Now, this is not the RuneScape that many people will know. Many people will probably most recognize old school RuneScape. RuneScape 2007. Something along the lines of... Let's pull that up. Trying to pull up a good picture. It's taking a while. Something like that. Like, that's what your character model would look like. And there's rune armor and battle stabs and shit. You know, this is what everyone would recognize right here. You're not really going to recognize this RuneScape. This is RuneScape Classic that I'm gonna be playing. This was the very beginning of RuneScape. It's very crude. Combat is very biased. You got three. What should I call it? Three classes: ranged, magic, and melee. You know, fighting. It's nothing like RuneScape of today. Though RuneScape of today is very varied, because the picture I just showed you, the one from 2005 on, is what most people play today. There's a RuneScape 3, which is the newest RuneScape. It's the updated one that's been around since the beginning. You know, it's got better graphics, it's got more spells, more things to do. It's very easy to level up in that game. Not a lot of people play it because mostly everyone's a skiller nowadays. So they want the OG method, the quote unquote true method, the you're not looked down upon if you said, "Oh, I have 99 in all skills in old school RuneScape." You kind of looked down upon if you have all 99s in RS3. But let me just type in my credentials, and I can stop babbling and start getting into good old Classic. The bad thing about Classic, though, I shall warn you, is that it originally had no music. There was no music developed for it at the very, very beginning. They did have music towards 2003, so it's just, you know, they have sounds. So when you attack a character, it'll have sounds. When you're cooking, it has sounds. It has basic sounds like that, but there's no music, so it's very quiet. So I'm going to be playing some music that would be from that time. I'm just going to pick something. It's gonna play at random. It's not true to RuneScape at all. I mean, not RuneScape, but it's not true to the area. Like where am I? I'm in Al Kharid right now, and it should be playing some sort of you know, feisty desert music. Now, like I said, this is very, very rough to look at. Can I pickpocket? This shit just crashed. Awesome. I love it. Well, that was tune in next time. It was nice seeing you again. No, I'm just kidding. I'd be retarded. How'd I get back to... Okay, right there. That's the bad thing about Classic. There's not a big community on it, of course, because it's the oldest version of the game. And it has not been updated. It has not been messed with since its inception. This is basically a saved state of the original, what RuneScape looked like at the very beginning. This is basically 2001, if you want to count the demo, 99 to 2004. So it's got your very well-known quest, like everyone can remember if they played this game. Cook's Assistant, because that will be the first quest you do. It's right at the starting area. Things I like about RuneScape Classic, more like quirks, is the RuneScape that we all know today. There's some sort of tutorial island or some sort of tutorial. The very first 2 years of... Try pickpocketing. See if it crashes again. Oh, that's gay. The very first 2 years of... Go over there and attack him, goddammit. I had a thought. It's just gone. That's great. I remember it was the very, the very first 2 years of RuneScape. That thought. The only thing that I can go off with that is, the very first year or so of, RuneScape was PvP, player versus player. You had safe areas in your starting town of Lumbridge, and the moment you went out of Lumbridge, you could be attacked by anyone, monsters, players, whatever. So just imagine you just started the game, maybe a little late to the party, and there's you always start out as level 3. Imagine a higher level player, level 47, he's got higher stats, because in this game you have stats that you have to level up. That's sort of the point of the whole game. But imagine, let's see, this level 79 could come up to me and kill me at any time he wanted in the very first 2 years. And that reminded me, I remember I was talking about quirks about this game that I like that are not in the main game anymore. And it just went away. What the fuck? Oh, this is gonna be fun for fucking everyone, including me. God damn it! I just had it. And it's back again. God, it goes in and out. It goes... That shit goes in and out. So, what was not in... it's not here now, and I gotta run. I'm about to die. What was not in the main game at the time, and it's not there now anymore, you had good and evil magic. Like, good magic would heal, evil magic were like destruction spells. I don't know if I can look them up. Oh, magic right here. Like, it'd be like your water strike, earth strike, that'd be evil spells. Enchantment would be your good spells. Low alchemy, good spells. Teleports, good spells. Magic was the another quirk that I kind of like. It's not very useful, and I definitely like it better that it's in the game, but there's no rune crafting. The main way as a magic player, how you cast spells, is you have to have runes. Right there, it's there's pictures of runes right there underneath the description. The one on the left is water, one in the middle is air, the one on the very right is a chaos rune. You need runes to cast spells, so there's no way to craft them in this game. You have to kill monsters to get runes, or you have to buy them from shops. It's kind of a cool quirk, but you know, like I said, the game's better for having that skill in. God, I mean, shit, this is... I mean, I was playing this shit when I was a small child, so seeing this crap, you know, again, it's cool to play, like, have this as an option, you know, so you can play your childhood, essentially. Oh, yeah, another quirk I just thought of, this menu pops up each time you're attacking right here. Controlled right here will give you experience in each of your melee skills: attack, defense, strength, aggressive, strength, you know, attack, defense, yada yada yada. They have that in the main game now, but it's more as a special menu rather than popping up each fight. Going off of that, let's see, I'm gonna attack this guy and I'm gonna click away. It says you can't retreat during the first 3 rounds of combat. You gotta imagine, well, if you know, in this game right here, the hardest monster is the King Black Dragon, and in the main game he's like a level 97 in the main game now. In the main game there's a bunch of people, a bunch of videos out there of like low level, I'm talking like 30s, maybe even some 20s, who are able to kill the King Black Dragon solo. Of course, that's, as I've said, in the main game. That's not in this game. It'd be quite a feat to defeat the dragon on Classic as level 20. But yeah, in combat, you have to take 3 turns to attack. So you can imagine some of the... There's various areas now, vastly expanded on, and there's multiple types of monsters who attack different ways and give different drops, and a bunch of these areas are multi-combat areas where you can be attacked by multiple monsters at one time. You would have to imagine how annoying that would be to have to wait 3 rounds from one monster. Say you ran out of food and you need to run away, and you're running away, and then you get attacked by another monster, and then you retreat from that monster, and so on and so forth until you eventually die or escape the area, you know, 30 minutes later. See, a bunch of things have stayed the same. One of the more annoying things, you'll see that it's right here, that it's not in any other version of RuneScape, is, I'm going to grab that bone, is fatigue. Fatigue was a way of anti-botting and anti-cheating system. I'll click on this sleeping right here. You have to sleep to reduce fatigue. You can skill and walk and do quests and stuff, but once that hits 100% fatigue, you can still do all these things. Just you won't gain any experience in any of your skills. So how you relieve that fatigue, you have to sleep with a sleeping bag, or you can sleep in beds. But if you're out there in the wilderness or you're out there not near a bed, you can sleep. And this is some old ass shit. This is some old ass CAPTCHA anti-botting, anti-piracy. Nowadays they use it for, you know, to make sure you're an actual human. If they still have CAPTCHA, you know, the typing CAPTCHA. They have the CAPTCHA where you click on it, says, "Oh, I'm not a robot." But you look at this box down here, you read what it says design, so you put in design, you hit enter, bam, you're not a bot, your fatigue is down at 0, and you can start skilling again. It was a very crude system that really didn't work. I mean, there was many botting programs back then. There still are, but not like it was back in the day. Yeah, good times. Good times going mining or attacking and seeing just farms of people in default. When you're going through this game, you go through the create a class and you can create your character, and there's one set default character for male and female. And most of the times you can tell it's a bot if it's a low-level player with high skills, and it's like the default settings for. If they look like they're the default settings for the character, you can tell that they rushed through the game just so they could start botting. And I remember what I was going to speak about originally, like a long ass fucking time ago. Why the fuck does it always go away? It came right back. Tutorial Island. RuneScape 2007, old school RuneScape, RuneScape 2, whatever you want to call it. That one has Tutorial Island. That's what everyone's familiar with. You start the game and you start off on this island and it teaches you the basics of the game and everything. The new one has some sort of different, it's not Tutorial Island, but it's sort of similar. This one at the very beginning, the first 2 years, was unique. It had no Tutorial Island, nothing to teach you the ropes whatsoever. You pick your character, what they'd look like, and then you get to choose a class. There was 5 classes. One was balanced, one was... Damn, that's pretty loud. Okay, there's 5 classes. One was balanced, one was necromancy, which would give you increased experience in magic and prayer. One was warrior. It would give you increased stats in your attack. I think there was like survivalist, which would give you less health, but it'd give you more in your like herb lore and fire making and all that shit. I can't remember. That was only 2 years, and I think I would have been small, like elementary. Good times, man. Good times. I'm not gonna die yet. Yes, it be me. It be me. Maybe I should have. I mentioned Lumbridge earlier. This whole point of this video was just me reliving my nostalgia. I've always been big into the quests. I was just immediately gonna pop into a quest because it seems like I've already done a few of them. Because I started, they re-released Classic a while ago. I think they did it in 2007, 2008 to members. And of course I jumped on part of that train because, you know, how cool is it that you're able to, oh, I could sell that. To relive your childhood. I was all about that. Oh, this is more like it. I forget which town this is, but this is normally upon entering a certain town. This music that's playing right now. As I stated earlier, there wasn't music in the first 2 years, maybe a year, maybe even 6 months. It was quite a while. It was just no music, just, you know, when you attack an NPC like this, it was that, and then maybe a woodcutting sound when you're woodcutting, or I don't think there was any fishing sounds. I'm not sure. It was kind of barren. So this game was a lot like the MMORPGs of the 90s and 2000s, where when you start the game, you're not given it's truly an explorer's game. You're not given any push, you're not given any incentive to do anything. You're not told really what there is to do, maybe by other people, but not by the game itself. You start the game, you create your character, you pick the class that sounds appealing to you, and then you're off. And you'd start here right in the courtyard, and you'd be like, oh, you know, what's this? Click that. You know, you click on a character, you click the point, you point and click to move. You click this character, like, oh, I wonder what this does. Find out that you can kick his ass. And I'm probably gonna get my ass kicked. See if I can run away. Yeah, so you do that, you just find out, like, oh man, this dude's kicking my ass, and you find out, oh, I can run away from combat. And then you come here and you're like, oh, there's various monsters. And then you can talk to, like, you see a cook. And you talk to him. Oh, what's that? He said something. Hello, friend. How's the adventure going? I'm getting strong and mighty. And you just click through the options, and this guy would give you a quest. It is Cook's Assistant. It's the very first quest that everyone would do. And you can figure out, oh, there's quests when I, you know, talk to people. The bad thing about questing in Classic is right here, it shows you what quests you have completed and haven't. Red, haven't. Green, have. It doesn't tell you who to talk to and where they're at. So first starting the game, you have no idea. I mean, Jagex would release on their website, they would release an update, and it would tell you, like, oh, this new quest. I accidentally clicked them. It'd tell you this new quest, and it'd tell you who to talk to. But if you started any later than that, you wouldn't know. Maybe you heard about this new quest, and you're like, oh, that's cool. Where do I start? You have to go through the files and all the updates. Nowadays they have the wiki for RuneScape. It makes the game 300 times easier. Kind of in my opinion kills the fun, but then again, if you're on that site looking for answers, you know, you're there for a reason. If you don't want the answers, you won't look at them, and for questing purposes, I don't. But yeah, that town back there was Lumbridge, if I didn't mention it. What else can I mention? I mentioned there was good and evil prayers. Prayer, you level up by burying bones from monsters that you kill or people that you kill. Oh, this is very much like the old MMORPGs. You don't have equipment menu and equipment tabs like you do now. You had this backpack right here, which is your inventory. This is all your inventory space. The items that you wear or wield are all confined to this. So if you, like today, people will bring, especially when they're player killing, PKing, they'll bring multiple sets of armor and multiple different weapons for different killing tactics. And that all takes up space. So that's less food you can have, that's less runes you can have, arrows, etc., so on and so forth. Well, that's the circle of Agrith Nar. That's Demon Slayer. That's got to be a testament. I haven't played this game in 5 years, and I can still remember the important and old quests, like Demon Slayer, Agrith Nar, like the quest line behind that. Like I can remember the one that I'm going to do right now, just to show you how questing's like. Romeo and Juliet. Very easy. I mean, it's a take on, of course, Shakespeare's play. And all you got to do is you talk to... Where'd he go? You go to Varrock and you talk to Romeo. Right there. They all look the same. They have the same style of shirts, the same crappy character models. Very hard to see. Please find my Juliet. I'm so sad. Please find my Juliet. That was a bad thing too, because I must have started this quest already, because it doesn't tell me where Juliet's at. It's just like Morrowind. You can start a quest, and if you you start it and you get all the details and you forget about it, some NPCs will not repeat what they've said. So you either have to look up a guide, restart from an earlier save, or oh yeah, and she's the start for Demon Slayer. Good old days. And this guy's talking about the good old days. See you, Anonymous. God, this is bad. I know who I gotta talk to. Oh, wait. I think she's back. Yeah, you have to talk to a apothecary and get some cadaver berries to get the cadaver potion, which makes it look like she's, well, Romeo's asleep, and then Juliet, of course, goes, well, where's my Romeo? And he's now permanently asleep until she can wake him up. Yeah. Real price discovery. Real free trade market. No, that's not how you spell brethren, but... Alright, I'm just gonna walk this way. I'm just gonna... Okay, there's Juliet right there. Another little fiefdom of duels in Draenor. That was a good and bad thing about, was one small favor in this? One small favor was an old quest. does not look like it was in this. I guess it wasn't that old. Huh. Nope. Not in here. One small favor was an old quest, like probably, I'm guessing RuneScape 2 then, that made you run all over RuneScape. Which I'm gonna segue into my another thing that's good but also bad about Classic was that it was small. Like I'm having to run from Juliet over there to Romeo, but you know it's not that big of a distance. Like one small favor, you have to traverse the majority of RuneScape for different NPCs, different basically fetch quests. Where is Father Lawrence? He's probably up here by this altar in West Varrock. That was another bad thing is, well, and I think a good thing in my eyes, because the teleportation in RuneScape 3 right now, you have unlimited free teleports to lodestones that you visited. And if you're a high level like I am, and you've been to the majority of what RuneScape has to offer, I've been to all the lodestones. If I want to teleport to Ardone or Varrock or anything like that, I can, and I don't need runes for it, which kills the majority of magic. And it kills all of the skill agility. I don't think they have agility in here. Yeah, we have the cadaver potion and get cadaver berries. Makes it look like they're dead. I remember this. They removed this for this quest for an update. Just actually west of Varrock, there's a little tiny village called the Barbarian Village, filled with barbarians, and they changed the name to Gunner's Gun. Like Gunnars, like Gunnargunn, or Gunner's Grun or something. I don't know. They changed the name of Barbarian Village and made the Romeo and Juliet quest featuring a gnome and a barbarian, like forbidden love and crap. It's just like, the quest was stupid. It was stupid like this quest is, but I don't know. I have nostalgic memories for this quest. So this is what any low-level player can do. You don't have... some of these quests, the majority of them have requirements you have to do to start them. This quest has no requirements because it's supposed to be a low-level quest. You know, you find out, and it helps you discover and find out different parts of the city. Oh yeah, I forgot. Opponents can retreat too. There's a prayer for that. There's a level 40 prayer. Paralyzed 37 paralyzed monsters. It stops. Oh no, that starts monsters from fighting back. I thought there's ones to keep them from running. Yeah, what do we have though? Oh god, fuck off. We do have agility. I forgot to look at that. Agility is trained by going through agility courses, which there's not going to be a bunch of them at this time. There's not many skills, as you can see. There's a bunch more in RuneScape 3. They added Summoning Slayer. God, Dungeoneering. What a bastard. What a bastardization of a skill. Like, everyone was fine with it. They're like, oh, it's actually a cool skill, but it's a mini game disguised as a skill. And I gotta talk to the apothecary, which is over here. Right here? Yep, there we go. the newer version of that in old school RS would actually tell you where the berries are. You notice how he just said keep searching for berries. He didn't really give you a direction. They're somewhere around in Bear Rock. So quests were definitely a little harder back then, because now there's a bunch of hand holding and there's even hints for new quests. They'd mark on the they put a marker on the mini map, a blue marker of where to go. Kind of kills all the fun out of it, but I don't know. There's a bunch of new players and they need to not appreciate them, but not adhere to them either. Something like that. Adhere, appreciate, like make them feel better, basically, about themselves. Nope, that's a fern. I swear it's over here. Oh, my defense is almost at 9. I'm growing my character. Oh yeah, you have a bunch of skills. You have your basic attack all right here. Your prayer, your magic, cooking. You can kill animals, some animals or monsters, and get food and cook it. You can cut down trees to make portable ranges, basically. You can make your own ranged equipment with fletching, fish food, what level logs you can set on fire. You can craft different sets of jewelry. You can make your own armor. That's to make your own armor. That's to make potions, which there's not really a lot. There's a very, very limited amount of potions you can have. It's not like the RuneScape today where you have different there's cadaver berries. Just, you know, I knew where they were, but if you were a starting player you wouldn't know. But yeah, it's not like the new RuneScape where you have a bunch of, basically you have something to do every level. It's like you'd have to level up a bunch. I'm not even sure what sort of, I know they had attack potions, because or strength potions, because you're able to make strength potions in the Demon Slayer or Dragon Slayer quest once you complete it by taking limpwort root and some spider eggs, red spider eggs, to the apothecary, the same one I'm talking to, and he'll make it. That's for free players. Yep. Oh, I almost forgot. There was a sort of like there is in Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls quest, where you can level up your skill tree to have better influence. I think it's called merchanting in Skyrim, or you're able to influence shops to sell you stuff at reduced prices, or like Fallout, where if you have certain charisma, you can trigger certain circumstances based on how high your charisma is. And that's what quest points was. It gave you higher charisma so the shops would sell less. In this game, I gotta give this to the Father Lawrence, or tell him about it, and he'll tell me to give it to Romeo, because it's like him killing himself, but he's not really dead. Yeah. This game, there was no grand exchange. It's basically like the stock market in the real world, where you can sell items at real prices, like a big stock exchange that's also the world's biggest flea market. It's not like that. In this game, you have to buy your items from a shop or get them from drops. And you notice how all the quest chat goes down here. I can look at my quest history right here to see what he said, but normally there's a little chat box where you could sit there for some time and you could really look at the words. But in this game, when people are talking to you, they NPCs particularly, their text just, you know, it pops in and out really quick. I'm glad they added chat boxes, or better chat boxes. I don't know, overall this game's fun because it, I think it's fun. There's not many people playing it. I think maybe 100 people at a time play this. There's only 5 different servers. But I enjoy playing this, because once again, this was my childhood for a very short time. If I attributed anything to my childhood, it would be RS2 or OSRS, what it's known now, or RS 2007. That's what I spent most of my time playing. Oh yeah, this is where he's gonna forget where she's at, and they used to have a cutscene where she's in a crypt just waiting for him to rescue her, but he can't remember where it's at, so she just sits there in a crypt and basically rots. Funny in a very morbid sense. Good old classic RuneScape. I missed you. I think I'll play more. Not only of classic, but the new one. I have to see what's in store for me. I haven't played it for a year. They finally, one of the things that we've been waiting for forever was Menafos, a desert city, had been waiting to be released for goddamn a decade. And they finally released that, and see what that's like. And Prifdinus, I don't know how that's spelled or pronounced. I don't know how it's spelled or pronounced. But they just released that a year ago, and it's the elf city that they never released, and now they did. But I don't know if you I wasn't paying attention to that, but it's like, oh, you gotta help her do what? Get her to the crib, and she's like, oh, she's did that. That's a shame. And she just, you know, or he acts like a she. He just takes off. But right there in the bottom corner, it said 5 quest points earned for that quest. Was at 5, now I'm at 10. And that's basically questing. That's basically all of RuneScape, is just you fight monsters and you quest. And you talk to people, which I am neglecting to do. Ooh. Before I take off, I will trade this dude. Oh, 5,000. People are very nice. I mean, they just randomly give you money, and they actually help you out. I think it helps it out that it's a small community. It's a very thriving community for what it is. But it's also another reason why I like playing Classic. I think I'll have to do this again sometime. I hope you enjoyed looking at my childhood. I know it wasn't that interesting. It's very different from how it plays to old school RuneScape, or even how RuneScape 3 plays. But, you know, if any of this interested you, runescape.com, RUNESCAPE.com. You can join for free. You don't need to pay anything, and they have a bunch to do. You know, they have more skills. The thing I don't like about how RuneScape's being conducted today is that they allow free-to-play members to level up members' skills up to level 5. So that kind of entices some more vulnerable people, you know, maybe people who aren't all that great with money or children to buy members. Or it kind of sits there and taunts you like, hey, you're like, maybe you're great at a skill, but you can't be the greatest because you don't have these member skills, so buy members today. Just makes it feel cheap, like it's a whole demo, but you can still sign up today. You don't have to do RS3. They have the good old classic and old school RuneScape. Pretty much everyone's childhood. They have that. You can sign up for free. You just need an email, pick your name, and you go there. You start your character, and you'll be on your way. You know, learning how to play the game. This was YostToastSpaceGhost, broadcasting coast to coast. Thanks for watching. See you next time.